Chapter 5. Purpose. Purpose is a loaded word with a double meaning. If you are looking inward at your motivation to leave the city and go to the wilderness, you will have thought of your purpose. You will have thought about finding your purpose out there among the trees and brush and the running rivers. When you leave your old neighborhood for your land, the city streets and businesses will almost instantly fade from your mind. The chirping of birds will replace the yelling of people. The sounds will be wild animals expressing themselves to their fellow animals at night. No cars honking, yelling, or screeching. You'll see the stars at night in a spectacular display of diamonds in the sky. The word traffic will come to mean the comings and goings of animals through the woods. You may even get to know some of the wildlife on your land, because most wildlife is not dangerous or vicious. You will wake up with a plethora of things you need to do. Your land is raw dirt. It lacks irrigation, water, power, and the nearest market will most likely be at least an hour away. But this is where you will find your purpose. You aren't waking up for a boss anymore. You aren't cramming food into your mouth and yourself into a car to make money for someone else. You are waking up for yourself, to write your future, to make your living self-sufficiently. A new horizon and the possibilities of your land are limitless. Every time you walk out your front doorstep to a fresh new day, it's your day. We're not saying it will be easy. The days will be long and you will be tired, a good tired. The kind of tired that results in the best sleep you ever had sleep. When you go to work doing for someone else and your life isn't turning out as you envisioned, it's time to make a change, a life-changing shift. There is a massive disconnect between the value you put into your work and the zeros on your paycheck. But when you work the land, your land, the cost is self-evident and returned tenfold. Clearing a field and planting crops of your choice brings a feeling of accomplishment and satisfaction. The seeds you have sown will grow and feed you. If you succeed in your self-sufficiency, you will have much more grown food than you can consume yourself. That's when you can decide to share some with your neighbors, if there are any. Alternately, you may find you are the only one around for miles. Doesn't that sound like the perfect scenario? If you decide to build on it, and you construct a dwelling, you have created shelter. The home you will construct is yours in its entirety. There is no abstract standing in the way of you and fulfilling your life. It becomes your purpose to do nothing but fulfill your life. And you derive fulfillment from building this little addition of civilization in this small corner of the earth. But perhaps you're not the kind of person who wants or needs to get away from it all. You like where you are in your life. You're happy, but you want to invest in land for other purposes. You probably want to know what you can do with this land. Homesteading. This book has been assuming that the land you are purchasing will be developed and inhabited homesteading. The majority use of all purchased undeveloped land is for human inhabitation. You will likely not want to move to your property right away, but you will install a septic tank, propane tank, and water well once there is shelter and power. Even with these, you will be dependent on the nearest source of municipal water. You will want to start cultivating land and perhaps construct a greenhouse to supplement the long trips to the market. Nothing stops you from placing an RV on your ground for a much cheaper route. However, trips will still need to be made to town to empty and refill your tanks. It would also be a good idea to install solar panels on your roof. Homesteading is just one way to utilize your land. Read on to learn more about using investment land to its full potential. Hunting. Hunting is the second most popular use of undeveloped land, and infinitely cheaper. With only a few trips per year out to your land, and knowing the species you want to hunt specifically, you can cultivate the ground into the perfect environment for living and breeding your food. Making recreational trips out to your land several times a year to find local wildlife can be fun and fruitful. Just make sure that you check with your local fish and game extension to see what hunting or fishing permits you may need. Camping. Camping is somewhat rolled into hunting, but not all campers hunt. If you and your family enjoy the wilderness and getting away from it all, where you may not see anyone for miles, a land plot in your pocket is worth the price. If you make several trips a year, then the land pays for itself. Unlike renting a spot at a camping facility, your land is not zoned and subject to your rules. It's a retreat tailored to you with zero complications. Resale. Of course, reselling your land is an option that is always open to you. There are dozens of more uses for your undeveloped land than we have space to write about here. Always remember, your land, your rules. What a fantastic feeling to realize that your land may not only be able to sustain your life, enabling self-sufficiency, but may also provide other profitable sources of revenue, whether you chose to develop your land. Financial independence is possible with the purchase of undeveloped land.